having a good day so far today. For me, it's plant care day. There's a fungus gnat. I told you there was an issue that I was having with them. Anyway, it's plant care day today, and I don't really think too much needs to be done with the plants, which is kind of exciting. They just like need to be checked, and the water in the tomatoes needs to be changed. But besides that, yeah, I think everybody in soil is doing pretty good. I mostly just need to treat for bugs. It is definitely an issue and it is very annoying. But anyway, yeah, so the main thing that I have to do today is treat for bugs to try and get rid of those because they were doing really well. I wasn't really having any, and now all of a sudden I have a ton of them again, so very frustrating. Ooh, we have a few tomatoes ready. But anyway, I'm very easily distracted today. And besides that, I don't really know what else I'm going to be doing today. I think it's supposed to be rainy and cold. So like I said yesterday, I'm not really planning on doing much. But anyway, I just wanted to say good morning right now, and I'll see you in a little bit. I have already gotten started taking care of the little ones. Both of these little ones each had one wilted flower that I trimmed off, but they're still doing really well. This one still has a flower that's good for probably a couple more days, so I'll leave it. This is the little petunia that I need to put into a different container eventually, or so I thought, but apparently not. I'm honestly very concerned that it's not going to make it now because it's just not doing very well and it doesn't really have any roots when I thought that it did. So yeah, I'm very concerned about this little petunia plant, but it's okay at the moment. And this is not sponsored or anything, by the way. It's just the stuff that I'm using for bugs. They're mostly in this container, which is really weird. But this little tomato plant is doing amazingly. This is the one that I more recently propagated. And then Broken Branch over here with a little fungus gnat flying around is doing very well too. Recovering, thankfully. This is what I'm calling the main tomato plant, and it is looking super healthy, which I'm super excited about. The little orb plant that I don't know what its real name is also doing well this week. The basil, like I said, doesn't have any roots, but it does have a few new leaves, which is amazing. So hopefully it'll start to grow roots soon. I have no idea. And then this is the actual tomato plant that's living in water, and it does have a few tomatoes that are ready for harvesting today. So I need to get these off before I change its water. 1, whoops, 2, and 3 is right here. Ah! I'm really throwing the tomatoes today. Here we go, all 3. Are there any more? Oh, yep, there is another one. I harvest them when they're just starting to change color. It seems like they do better that way, by the way, so that's why I'm harvesting them when they're not red yet. So yeah, this little one just needs the water changed, and I think its roots are all better this week, and it does have quite a few more tomatoes on it, which is quite exciting. So I can't trim it or anything, but yeah, it's doing very well. And then over here in the bathtub is the little zinnia plant, because I treated this little one for bugs because it has those ones that I don't know how to pronounce the name of. I'll write it on the screen right about here. Yeah, it has those again, so this little one has been sprayed down with bugs quite intensely, so hopefully that will help. And then once this plant dries, I'll put it back into its normal home. It's the only plant that has it so far that I've noticed this week anyway. I'm gonna check everybody, but it's mostly a fungus gnat problem, but apparently this week is just another week of bug issues. But yeah, this little one is doing well otherwise, even with the bugs. It even has a little zinnia flower right there, which is really exciting. But yeah, even with the bugs, it's still doing pretty good, which is exciting because those bugs do a lot of damage. Oh, and I also have this little one over here. This is the propagated money tree. It is suddenly growing so many new leaves. It's amazing. And I wanted to show you that real quick too. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to taking care of everybody, changing this guy's water, and making sure that everyone is okay with the bugs. And if they are not, I will be treating them for bugs too, if necessary, adding them to the bathtub for the day. All right, last thing to do is take care of these little guys. I have watered pretty much every single one of my plants this week, by the way, so yeah, they definitely needed quite a bit of care, but these guys are the colorful leaves, and they are so messy. So I have been fighting this since I put them over here. This thing has like little slats, and the leaves fall underneath them.
them. So I just got a piece of cardboard and I cut it to fit this space, and yeah, I'd say that has been working quite well. I just wanted to show you before I picked up the leaves because yeah, that's quite satisfying actually. They all pretty much landed on the piece of cardboard. That's amazing. One more thing, since this little one needed some water, this is my lucky bamboo that I moved into the soil from water. Yeah, it's very, very tall. It was not doing well in water at all, so I moved it over here, and the smaller one, this one over here, is almost 6 years old, I think. It might be 6 years old already. This one in the center is about 4 years old, and then this little one is a propagation from this little guy over here. I don't know if it has roots or not, but it's still green, so it might be alive. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this is what the lucky bamboo looks like, if you were wondering, since I mentioned it the other day. And yeah, it's doing amazingly in the soil, thankfully. I am so cold right now. I just came in from being outside, and oh man, it's cold out there. Anyway, I had to adjust a couple of Christmas lights and make sure that they were turning on, but oh my goodness, I am so cold. Anyway, I almost forgot to take care of these little plants, or I guess flowers, because they're not technically a plant. I need to change their water because they're running a little bit low, and trim probably, actually. I think all the petunias are all done, but the zinnias are still really good, so I need to change the water and make sure that they're still good because I'm still enjoying the flowers. But let me do this real quick and then I will get started knitting. Oh, by the way, I also kind of sort of trimmed the tomato plant way more than I was expecting, and I can't believe I almost forgot to show you that because it's a big difference. So this is really all that is left on this plant now. Oh, and this branch over here, because that still has tomatoes on it, but most of them didn't have any tomatoes, which was exciting. So you know me at this point. This piece over here, hang on, right here is now in its own little container, and yeah, I'm gonna be propagating that one because I kind of have a problem. It's a healthy branch, so I want to see if it will propagate, and I know it will. And this little one has been struggling with its root rot and everything, so you know, I wanted to make sure that there was another one that's going to be healthy. But yeah, everyone over here is doing really well. The roots are looking much better. They're still a little bit rough, but they are better on this plant. And I also added a piece to Broken Branch as well that I trimmed off of the tomato plant over there. Figured I'd put it in with Broken Branch because why not? So yeah, I have 2 more tomatoes that I am trying to propagate that I'm pretty sure will. They propagate so easily. But yeah, let me take care of these flowers real quick and then I will get started knitting. Just give me a second. All right, now it's time to get started knitting. And all of the plants are all cared for again for the week. It's unfortunate that the zinnias have, what's going on here? The bugs that I don't know how to pronounce the name of that I wrote on the screen earlier. It's really a bummer that those guys have those bugs, but again, like I said, they kind of move from one plant to another. They're never on more than one plant. I mean, they have been before, but they usually aren't on more than one plant at once, which is always really nice. I'm very grateful for that, but it's still very annoying that I still have them because I thought I got rid of them all, and I did enjoy the couple of weeks without any, so that was very nice. But yeah, apparently they moved over to the zinnias, and I'll just have to treat them how I've been treating all the other plants, and it's been very successful on all of them. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get rid of them quickly and then they won't come back. Like, if I keep treating my plants for bugs over the winter, they shouldn't wake up as much. Hopefully in the spring, I hope. Anyway, I never know, but that's my hope because they usually, like in the winter, I don't really have any bugs in my room because they also go to sleep, so it's very, very nice. I didn't know that that would happen, but it's a very nice thing that does. But yeah, everyone is all taken care of and they are all doing very, very well. The colorful leaves over there, that tray has been working amazingly because as you see, they're very messy. I don't know if they're supposed to be extremely messy like that, or if I am caring for them not correctly or something, and maybe they're not doing as well as they possibly can be. But they do, they drop so many leaves every week. I'm not entirely sure, but that little piece of cardboard, yeah, that has been very, very nice, and it's working beautifully. But besides taking care of my plants, which honestly took a lot longer than I was expecting to, but you know, it always seems to, I worked on the journal for a little bit today, and I literally have 3 more days left of June, and then I will be halfway done with the journal, which is super exciting. I was going to finish those last 3 days when I was working on it earlier, but I was getting a little bit impatient, and I knew if I rushed it and wasn't paying attention, it wouldn't have turned out very well. So I just decided, you know what, those 3 days can wait, and I will work on them when I am in the mood to do it a little bit more patiently. So yeah, I stopped there, but I'm so close to being halfway done with the journal, which is really exciting and makes me feel a little bit better now that, you know, Thanksgiving is next week. It makes me feel better being halfway done. And besides working on that, what else did I do? It was pretty much just a normal day. Worked out, obviously, and just did all the normal everyday things. So yeah, it was a pretty normal day, but mostly a plant care day because, you know, that's what Wednesdays are for me. Oh, and the zinnias, by the way, they are not in the bathtub anymore. They are back over there underneath their light, and hopefully that will work at least a little bit, and I'll probably have to treat them for bugs a couple more times, but again, not till next week because I only use that stuff once a week. So I'll get them again next week, but hopefully it will take care of them at least a little bit because that was not a fun thing to find. But I'm almost done with the first row, so I'm going to continue on knitting this one, and then I will be right back to show you what the blanket looks like for today. Just give me a second. I have just discovered something that is very exciting. This blanket is long enough where I can put it on my shoulders while I am knitting. I was really cold and wanted a blanket, and then I was just like, oh wait, I have a blanket. I can just see if I can knit with this on my shoulders, and I can, and it's just very exciting, and I had to share that. But yeah, this is very helpful because I am still really cold from a few minutes ago when I was outside. But yeah, this is very nice. I'm glad that I can knit with this on my shoulders. Anyway, I'm going to continue on knitting. I'm almost done. I'm almost about halfway done with the second row here, so just give me a couple more seconds. I'll be right back. I am amazed at how easy it was to knit with this on my shoulders. I thought that it would be at least a little bit more difficult, but honestly there was no difference. I think because it's so long, it didn't really make a difference. So yeah, when I get cold, I'm going to continue to knit like this because this was very, very helpful. But anyway, I am almost all done knitting for today. Just 2 more little stitches and I am all done, and this is what it looks like up close for today. I don't want to take the blanket off of my shoulders because it is so nice and cozy, but I have to because I need to show you what all of the blanket looks like. So unfortunately, yeah, let me back up so I can show you all the blanket. This is what all of it looks like for the entire year so far. Hopefully you can see all of it. I know it's a little bit squished, but it's the best that I can do with how big it is. And I am going to wrap up in this blanket again because I am very cold. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the video today. So thank you so much for watching and for being here, and just, you know, like I always say, for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. It means so much. So thank you. And as for tomorrow, my plan, because I don't think I really have too much to do, I want to finish sewing that glove and I should have plenty of time to do that. So yeah, I am planning on just taking the day to sew and finish making that glove because my goodness, I need it. It is so cold. And besides that, I haven't really thought about it because yeah, I think it's just going to be a normal day. And as for today, I hope you have a good rest of your day no matter what you do. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I just hope you have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye! Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later.